Alright guys, if you are losing with fair value gaps, you are on the right video, as in this video we are going to talk about high probability fair value gaps. I am going to give you a type of fair value gaps which you can use in your trading to improve your win rate. Alright, so the thing is simple. We'll keep the video short and give as much information as I can. Alright, so firstly I will like to respect the guy who taught this information on YouTube for free. He's called the Mulham Trading, and he was one who taught me this. Alright, so this is the thing. For example, you have a fair value gap, a regular one, right? Alright, so what do I want so that it will called a high probability fair value gap? We want a high below it or a high inside of it, slightly inside of it. These levels of liquidity are the highest probability in liquidity to be swept. Alright, so when you see these type of fair value gaps, like you have a fair value gap in the range and you see price coming close to it and this just going away, this is what we call inducement. This high here, on this high here people sell. They see like, alright, so we are seeing a reaction. If not in the fair value gap, no worries, I'm going to sell. And they sell here. Alright, they sell and they hold their positions. Ultimately the price came above again, swept those highs and go down. Alright, so you can use this inducement thing with any PDI, but my favorite one is fair value gaps, as it increases the probability of the fair value gap to be worked. Alright, so I'll show you some examples and you will understand this thing very good. So you can see it on a chart anywhere. Like we see a fair value gap here with a low inside it. So I want this low to be swept into the fair value gap, and you see price just swept that low and expanded like hell. And you can see it on any time. If I switch to 15 minutes, you can also see it on 15 minutes. So if let me just show you some examples on 15-minute time frame. So let's see. Okay, see this? There is a fair value gap with a low inside of it. What do I want? I want this low to be swept, and then price will just react. You see how it reacted. It's a strong impulsive move to the upside. And let me show you another example on 4-hour time frame. Now, as I promised, you can see this on any time frame, right? So you see there is a low inside of a fair value gap here. What does the price do? Price just swept that low with a wick and expanded to upward, right? So let me show you another example. Here we see a fair value gap with a low. So I expect price to sweep that low into the fair value gap and just expand. If not expand like, going all the way up, it will expand enough to give me a trade on a lower time frame, like 5 minutes. Alright, let me show you another example. You see a fair value gap with a high just below it. Price swept that high and rallied down. So this is the liquidity level I use the most. You can see it on any time frame, literally. and this is the highest probability liquidity sweep I use. And now I want you guys to study this yourself and see what works best for you guys. And that's all for the video. Smash that like button and subscribe for informative videos like this.